So Anchor Brewery from San Francisco. I don't really know any craft or micro brewer in the world who can't say, whether influenced by style or otherwise, that everyone's influenced by Anchor and Fritz Maytag, who is the founder. In 1975, Fritz Maytag bought this dilapidated old brewery in San Francisco. This is at a time when America had no craft breweries. Their brewing heritage was, and heritage, their past and their future was looking pretty bleak, to be honest. Home brewing had just been made legal in the 70s. You know, America, they didn't have any brewing tradition because of prohibition. Like a lot of the small breweries in the US got wiped out, and then even though prohibition was in the 30s, it was only the big companies that were left after that. So in the 70s, when Fritz Maytag bought Anchor Brewery, he really kick-started something, and that's not just in the US, it's the world over. And up until the 1980s, even England only had a handful of microbreweries that were generally a few that had clung to dear life through the 60s and 70s and were mainly pub breweries. Anchor just rolled straight in there, reviving old style beers. They do their steam beer, like porters, and then we've got a couple of beers on from them. We've got Old Foghorn, which is a US take on an English beer, on a barley wine. Strong style, very malty, very almost sweet, syrupy. It's got like boiled sweet flavours in there. But it's American style in that it's got a lot of upfront American hops, but they're not dominant. They only serve to balance this beer. They sort of give some a slight citrusiness and sharpness and bitterness to balance all those big malt flavours. Anchor's probably the only brewer that I know of that have been doing this beer in the old way. That is, they'll mix all the grain with the water, and the first runnings from that are really sweet. They do this 3 separate batches to make Old Foghorn. What most breweries do is they do that and they continually wash water through the grain to wash out any residual sugars. Anchor do that, but they do it to make another beer. So we've got a real historical style here. Not only we've got a barley wine, we've also got what's technically called a SmallBeer. And so the first runnings go to make Old Foghorn, which is this strong beast of a beer. And then all the residual sugars left in the malt are washed out and go to make the SmallBeer, which is lighter in colour, easy to drink. You can have Old Foghorn's 8.5%, SmallBeer's 3.3%, and it's lighter in colour. It's bitter. It's more of a sort of more like what we would know as a classic bitter or a low alcohol bitter in the UK. Now I find it fascinating that Anchor Brewery, they were, to me, kick-started the world craft beer revolution or whatever it is. But they're making some of the most historical beer styles out there. Their beers are they're respected by everyone. And this is a great chance to get 2 opposite ends of the spectrum